The sweat was still dripping down my back when Jordan grabbed my hand in the empty gym locker room, his eyes locking onto mine with an intensity that stopped my heart. "Tristan, I can't pretend anymore," he whispered, his voice cracking like thunder in the silence. In that moment, everything I thought I knew about myself shattered, pulling me into a whirlwind of confusion and desire that would upend my entire life. We'd been gym buddies for over a year, meeting at the downtown Chicago fitness center where iron clanged and egos flexed. I was the straight-laced accountant from a conservative suburban family, pushing 30 with a fiancée named Sarah who fit perfectly into my parents' vision of the American dream. Jordan, on the other hand, was the free-spirited graphic designer, openly gay and unapologetic, with tattoos snaking up his arms and a laugh that could light up the dimmest room. Our friendship started innocently enough, spotting each other on bench presses, sharing protein shake recipes, venting about work stress. But lately, his glances lingered a second too long, and I'd catch myself staring at the way his muscles tensed under the weights, a flutter in my chest I'd dismiss as adrenaline. That night, after our usual grueling session, the gym was closing, and we were the last ones out. I was toweling off when he made his move. His hand on mine wasn't aggressive. It was desperate, like he'd been holding back a storm. "I've fallen for you, Tristan. Hard. And I know you're engaged. But I see the way you look at me too." My mind reeled. Sarah and I had been together since college, our wedding just 6 months away. My parents adored her. My dad, a retired cop, always boasting about the grandkids we'd give him. Coming from a family where tradition was law and deviation was sin, I'd buried any fleeting doubts about my sexuality deep under layers of denial. But Jordan's words cracked that facade wide open. I yanked my hand away, heart pounding. "What the hell, man? I'm not. I can't." But even as I stammered, a part of me wanted to pull him closer, to explore the spark that had been igniting unspoken fires between us. He didn't back down. "Think about it, Tristan. You're miserable in that cookie-cutter life. I see it every time you talk about Sarah, like you're reading from a script." His eyes pleaded, and for the first time, I saw the vulnerability beneath his confident exterior. Jordan had come out in high school, losing friends and facing his own family's rejection before they slowly came around. He knew the cost of truth, and now he was asking me to pay it too. Over the next few days, I avoided the gym, burying myself in work spreadsheets and wedding planning calls. But Jordan's confession haunted me. Late at night, I'd replay our moments together. The easy banter, the shared victories over personal records, the way his presence made the world feel less suffocating. Was this love, or just a midlife crisis in disguise? Sarah noticed my distraction. "What's wrong, babe? You seem distant." I forced a smile, kissing her forehead, but guilt gnawed at me. Lying to her felt like betrayal, yet admitting the truth could destroy everything. One evening, I caved and texted Jordan to meet at a quiet coffee shop on the outskirts of town. The place was dimly lit, steam rising from our mugs like unspoken secrets. "Why now?" I demanded, my voice low. He leaned forward, his face earnest. "Because I can't watch you marry someone you don't love. Not when I know we could be something real." His words hit like a punch. Sarah was safe, predictable. Our relationship built on shared goals and family expectations, not passion. With Jordan, it was electric, dangerous. But pursuing it meant confronting my identity, risking my job in a firm where whispers of homophobia still lingered, and shattering my parents' world. As we talked, the conversation deepened. Jordan shared stories of his past heartbreaks, the isolation of being the only gay kid in his small-town school, the therapy sessions that helped him accept himself. I opened up about my own buried feelings, the crushes on boys I dismissed as admiration, the unease in locker rooms that I chalked up to awkwardness. By the end of the night, we hadn't touched, but the air between us crackled with possibility. Walking to my car, he brushed my arm and I didn't pull away. That small act felt like the first step off a cliff. Back home, Sarah was waiting with takeout and wedding magazines. "Look at these centerpieces," she exclaimed, her eyes bright. I nodded mechanically, my mind elsewhere. That night, as she slept beside me, I stared at the ceiling, torn between loyalty and longing. The internal war raged. Was I gay? Bi? Or just confused? And if I chose Jordan, what price would I pay? My family gatherings were filled with Bible quotes and subtle judgments against those lifestyles. My dad had once said, "A man's duty is to his family, period." Betraying that felt like treason. The next week brought the first real test. Jordan invited me to a local LGBTQ plus support group meeting, disguised as a networking event. I went, heart racing, blending into the crowd of diverse faces sharing stories of struggle and triumph. Hearing their tales mirrored my own turmoil, stirring a sense of belonging I'd never felt. But as I left, a colleague from work spotted me. "Tristan, what are you doing here?" His raised eyebrow said it all. Panic surged. Rumors could spread, jeopardizing my promotion. I lied smoothly, just supporting a friend. But the seed of fear was planted. Jordan sensed my hesitation when we met later. "You're scared, I get it. But hiding who you are is killing you inside." He was right. The pressure built, manifesting in sleepless nights and snapped tempers. Sarah confronted me. "Are you having an affair?" The question hung heavy. I denied it, but the lie tasted bitter. In that moment, I realized the damage my indecision was causing. Not just to me, but to everyone around me. The choice loomed. Cling to the familiar or leap into the unknown. As file 1 ended, the tension simmered, ready to boil over. The confrontation with Sarah came sooner than I expected, exploding like a grenade in our cozy apartment. "Who is he, Tristan? Don't lie to me." I saw the texts. Her voice trembled, eyes red from unshed tears. As she held up my phone, Jordan's message glowing accusingly. "Miss you already. When can we talk?" I froze, the weight of my double life crashing down. It had been 2 weeks since the coffee shop, and Jordan and I had been meeting in secret stolen lunches, late-night walks along the lakefront where the city lights danced on the water. Nothing physical, just conversations that peeled back layers of my soul. He challenged me to question everything. Why did I propose to Sarah? Was it love or obligation? Each meeting left me more conflicted, the pull toward him growing stronger while guilt eroded my resolve. But now, exposed, I had to face the music. "Sarah, it's not what you think," I started, but she cut me off. "Then what is it? You've been distant, secretive. If it's not an affair, explain." Her pain sliced through me. We'd built a life together, shared dreams of a house in the suburbs, kids, stability. She deserved the truth, but admitting it meant admitting it to myself. "I'm confused." I confessed, sinking onto the couch. "About us. About me." Tears welled in her eyes. "Confused? We're getting married. What does that even mean?" I took a deep breath. "I think I might be gay. Or at least not straight." The words hung in the air, heavy and irreversible. She stared, disbelief morphing into hurt. "How long have you known?" I shook my head. "I didn't. Not really. Jordan. He's helped me see it." Her face crumpled. "Your gym buddy? Oh God, Tristan." She paced, hands clutching her hair. The argument escalated, voices rising as years of unspoken resentments surfaced. She accused me of wasting her time. I defended that I'd been genuine, just blind to my own truth. By the end, she stormed out, slamming the door, leaving me alone with the echo of her sobs. The next day I called Jordan, my voice raw. "She knows. Everything's falling apart." He met me at a park bench overlooking the Chicago River, his presence an anchor in the storm. "I'm sorry," he said, his hand on my shoulder. "But this is the start of being free." Free? Felt like chaos. My phone buzzed with messages from Sarah's friends, judgmental and sharp. Word was spreading and the social fallout loomed. Worse, I had to tell my family. Dinner at my parents' house that weekend was a minefield. Mom's famous pot roast sat untouched as I gathered my courage. "There's something I need to say." I began, my voice steady despite the knot in my stomach. Dad looked up from his plate, fork paused. "I'm calling off the wedding. And I'm gay." Silence descended like a blanket of snow. Mom's hand flew to her mouth. Dad's face reddened. What the hell are you talking about? This some kind of joke? His voice boomed, echoing off the walls adorned with family photos. Smiling, heteronormative perfection. The explosion was inevitable. Dad ranted about disgrace, quoting scriptures he'd long abandoned except for moments like this. We raised you better. What about grandkids? Our legacy? Mom cried softly, whispering, Are you sure? Maybe it's a phase. Their rejection stung deeper than I anticipated. A visceral pain that confirmed my worst fears. I left that night feeling orphaned. The drive home blurred by tears. Jordan waited at my apartment, pulling me into a hug. The first real embrace. You did it, he murmured. That's brave. But bravery came at a cost. I traded family harmony for authenticity. In the following days, the ripples widened. At work, whispers followed me down the halls. My boss, a traditionalist, pulled me aside. Personal issues staying personal? The implication was clear. My promotion hung in the balance. Friends divided. Some supportive, others distant, their discomfort palpable. Jordan faced his own backlash. His ex, bitter from their breakup, spread rumors online, accusing him of stealing straight men. We leaned on each other, our bond deepening amid the adversity. Late nights turned into confessions. Him about the loneliness of his coming-out journey, me about the suffocating expectations I'd lived under. Yet doubt crept in. Was this worth it? Sarah called, voice broken. I still love you, but I can't wait for you to figure it out. Her words twisted the knife. I questioned if pursuing Jordan was selfish, a mid-crisis fling that would fade. He sensed my wavering. If you're not all in, tell me now, he said one evening, eyes searching mine. The tension built, our first real fight erupting over my hesitation. I'm risking everything too, he shouted. Don't make me the villain. I stormed out, wandering the streets, the city lights mocking my turmoil. Reconciliation came at dawn. A text from him. Come back. We can face this together. I returned, and we talked until sunrise, forging a fragile pact to navigate the storm. But the societal pressures mounted. A homophobic comment from a stranger, a disapproving glance from an old friend. Each chipped away at my resolve, forcing me to confront the moral quandary. Was love justification for the pain inflicted on others? As the file closed, the high stakes intensified, with betrayals on the horizon. Betrayal hit like a freight train when I discovered Jordan's secret, hidden in plain sight on his phone during a mundane morning. Who's Mark? I demanded, holding up the device where flirty messages glowed accusingly. His face paled, the color draining as if I'd punched him. It's not what it looks like, Tristan. Let me explain. But explanations felt hollow in the face of evidence. Late-night texts, heart emojis, plans for drinks while I'd been wrestling with my family's rejection. It had been a month since the family blowout, and we'd been building something tentative, navigating dates in hidden corners of the city to avoid prying eyes. Jordan had become my lifeline, his apartment a sanctuary from the judgment outside. We'd share quiet dinners, discussing dreams, him wanting to start his own design firm, me yearning for a life without pretense. But cracks appeared. My dad's calls went unanswered, his voicemails laced with anger turning to pleas. Son, come home. We can fix this. The guilt ate at me, compounded by Sarah's decision to move out, leaving our apartment echoing with emptiness. Confronting Jordan escalated quickly. You've been seeing him? While I'm blowing up my life for us. My voice rose, betrayal burning hot. He admitted Mark was an old flame, reignited during my indecision. You were still with Sarah when we started talking. I was scared you'd choose her. His defense rang true but didn't soothe the wound. The argument spiraled, accusations flying, me calling him opportunistic, him labeling me commitment phobic. We parted in anger, the door slamming like a finality. Alone, I spiraled into self-doubt. Was this karma for hurting Sarah? Society's whispers amplified. Online forums debated, converting straights. Friends questioned if I was truly gay or just experimenting. The internal conflict raged. Had I destroyed lives for a fleeting attraction? Therapy became my refuge, a neutral space where I unpacked layers of repression. The counselor probed, "What do you want, Tristan?" But once clashed with duties, the moral tightrope fraying. Reaching out to Sarah for closure, we met at our old favorite cafe. "I'm sorry," I said, voice thick. She nodded, eyes softened by time. "I get it now, but it hurt." Our conversation revealed her own struggles. Pressure from her family to settle down, ignoring red flags in our relationship. In a twist, she confessed a budding interest in a female coworker, the irony not lost on us. We parted as friends, a small healing in the chaos. Jordan's apology came via a handwritten letter slipped under my door. "I messed up. Mark was a mistake, a way to protect myself. I love you, Tristan. Give me another chance." Torn, I agreed to meet. At a rooftop bar overlooking the skyline, he bared his soul. "I've lost people before because of who I am." I panicked. His vulnerability mirrored mine, forging a deeper connection. We reconciled, but trust was bruised. The relationship now laced with caution. External pressures intensified. My sister, the family mediator, called. "Dad's had a health scare. Stress, the doctor says. He misses you." The news hit hard. Was my choice endangering his life? I visited the hospital, the sterile halls amplifying my anxiety. Dad looked frail in the bed. His gruff demeanor softened. "I don't understand it, son," he admitted, voice weak. "But you're my boy." No full acceptance, but a crack in the armor. Mom hugged me tightly, whispering prayers for guidance. The visit stirred mixed emotions. Hope mingled with resentment for years of conditional love. Back with Jordan, we faced a public test. A pride event in the city. He wanted to go together, a statement. I hesitated, fearing exposure. "We can't hide forever," he urged. We went, hands linked amid the colorful crowds, rainbows waving like flags of defiance. It was exhilarating, a taste of freedom, but a familiar face, my boss, spotted us. Monday brought the fallout. A performance review, laced with innuendo. "Company image matters," he said. The threat was clear. My job teetered. Jordan's own challenges mounted. His design clients, conservative firms, began pulling contracts after social media buzz. "Is this worth it?" he asked one night, head in hands. Our shared sacrifices bonded us, but the toll was evident. Sleepless nights, strained silences. A moral dilemma peaked when a mutual friend intervened. "You're both hurting people. Is love selfish?" The question haunted me, forcing reflection on the ethics of pursuit versus preservation. As tensions crested, a bigger storm brewed, testing our limits further. The ultimate test came in the form of a family intervention, orchestrated by my dad in a last-ditch effort to save me, turning our fragile progress into a battlefield of emotions. "We need to talk as a family," his email read, the subject line ominous. Jordan encouraged me to go. "Face it head-on. I'll be waiting." But as I stepped into my childhood home, the air thick with tension, I felt like a lamb to slaughter. My parents, sister, and even an uncle sat in the living room, Bibles and pamphlets scattered like weapons. Dad started, "This lifestyle, it's not you, Tristan. We've arranged counseling." The word conversion hung unspoken, igniting my fury. "This isn't a choice. It's who I am." Voices overlapped in chaos. Mom pleading for normalcy, my sister defending me tentatively, uncle spewing outdated rhetoric about sin. The clash exposed deep rifts, generational divides, religious dogma versus personal truth. I stormed out, heart shattered, questioning if reconciliation was possible. Jordan consoled me that night, but his own demons surfaced. "My family went through this too. It takes time." Yet, his patience waned as my work situation deteriorated. The boss demoted me subtly, assigning menial tasks. "Prove your focus," he said, eyes cold. Paranoia set in. Was this discrimination? Legal advice confirmed it might be, but pursuing it meant outing myself further, risking more backlash. A turning point arrived when Jordan faced betrayal from within the community. Mark, his ex, leaked private messages online, twisting our story into scandal. Social media erupted. Accusations of homewrecking, debates on ethics of dating questioning men. Jordan's business suffered, clients fleeing. Why fight for us if it's destroying everything? He lashed out during a heated argument. I countered, because giving up means they win. But doubt festered, the moral weight pressing. Were we heroes or fools? Seeking solace, I attended another support group, sharing my story anonymously. Strangers' empathy bolstered me. Tales of similar struggles, triumphs over adversity. One man advised, love demands sacrifice, but not self-destruction. Inspired, I confronted my boss. This is harassment. He backpedaled, but the victory felt Pyrrhic, my reputation tarnished. Family dynamics shifted when my sister visited unexpectedly. Dad's struggling, but he loves you, she said. Give him time. Her support bridged the gap, leading to a tentative coffee with Mom. Tears flowed as she admitted fears rooted in her upbringing. I just want you happy. No full embrace, but progress. Jordan's family, more accepting, offered contrast. His mom calling to check on me, her warmth a balm. Our relationship deepened through trials, but a critical decision loomed. Jordan proposed moving to a more progressive city like San Francisco. Start fresh, away from the noise. The idea tempted, but abandoning roots felt like cowardice. Debating it sparked conflict. You're still ashamed, he accused.
No, realistic, irraturta.
High drama peaked at a charity gala Jordan designed for. We attended as a couple, heads high amid stares. A confrontation with Sarah's friend escalated. You ruined her life. The accusation stung, reigniting guilt. Jordan defended me fiercely, but the night ended in exhaustion. Later, in bed, he whispered, we're worth it. His conviction reignited mine, but the cumulative damage weighed heavy. As resolutions neared, a health scare for Jordan, stress-induced migraines, highlighted the toll. We need to choose, fight or fold, he said. The moral quandary crystallized, pursuit of happiness versus minimization of harm. With stakes at their highest, the final reckoning approached, promising closure or catastrophe. The climax erupted at my family's annual holiday gathering, where unspoken tensions finally boiled over into a raw, unfiltered showdown that would define our futures. Dad, still recovering, cornered me in the kitchen. Bring that friend of yours next time, if he's important. The olive branch shocked me, but suspicion lingered. Was it genuine or manipulation? Jordan, waiting outside in the car, urged caution. Don't rush forgiveness. But the gesture cracked my defenses, stirring hope amid the wreckage. Back home, we dissected it over wine. Maybe they're changing, I mused. Jordan frowned. Or controlling. His skepticism stemmed from experience. His own family's slow acceptance peppered with backslides. The discussion turned intimate, revealing our deepest fears. Me of perpetual isolation, him of being a rebound. I chose you, I affirmed, our hands intertwining. The moment solidified our bond, but external forces conspired against us. Work delivered the final blow, a layoff disguised as restructuring. Budget cuts, they claimed, but the timing screamed retaliation. Unemployment amplified anxiety, forcing me to confront societal barriers. Job hunts marred by subtle biases, networks fraying. Jordan supported me financially, straining his resources. We'll manage, he insisted, but resentment brewed. A fight ignited. I don't need charity. My pride clashed with his generosity, exposing vulnerabilities. Reconciliation followed a heartfelt talk. We're a team, he said. Inspired, I pursued freelance accounting, leveraging LGBTQ+ networks for opportunities. Success trickled in, rebuilding confidence. Family outreach increased. Mom's calls, Dad's awkward texts. A breakthrough came during a video call. We miss you, son. Both of you. The inclusion of Jordan floored me, a tentative step toward inclusion. Yet, healing demanded accountability. I visited home alone, laying bare the pain. Your words cut deep. Dad admitted faults. I was scared. Wrong, but scared. Tears bridged gaps, forging fragile understanding. Jordan's turn came at a small dinner. Nerves high, but warmth prevailed. Dad's handshake, Mom's hug. Small victories in a war of attrition. Society's judgment persisted. Anonymous hate mail, judgmental stares. But resilience grew. We volunteered at pride events, turning personal pain into advocacy. Friendships realigned. Loyal ones strengthened. Toxic ones shed. Sarah, now in a happy relationship, offered closure. We both deserved better. Her grace absolved lingering guilt. As stability returned, reflection deepened. The journey's costs, broken hearts, lost jobs, strained ties, begged the question. Was authenticity worth the devastation? Jordan and I built a life. Shared apartment, joint dreams, quiet evenings debating ethics. Love endured, tempered by trials. In the end, standing on our balcony overlooking the city that had both broken and rebuilt us, I turned to him. We made it. He smiled, pulling me close. The path was marred by sacrifices, but the freedom tasted sweet. Yet, one quandary lingered, sparking endless debate. In the pursuit of true self, is the collateral damage to loved ones ever truly justifiable?